So here I am. It's nighttime, and yes, my hair is in a braid. So like, people are like, "Oh, you should do your hair this style, that style, that style." I'm like, I wear my hair in a braid most of the time, okay? And yes, it's nearly knee length. But anyway, I digress. I digress. What am I talking about tonight? I'm talking about the camera that I use when I make edited videos, and I think like when I look at my edited content, I'm like, you know what? It's pretty good, and I put a lot of time into it. Like the other day, I did a chopstick bun, and I guess I could do like a tutorial on how to make these things, but I'm kind of going more for the aesthetic. So I'll take a picture of you guys. So, so I've done a lot of nature photography with this camera. I've used it in hair videos, and overall, it's a good little camera. I've had this camera for 4 years, and I thought about upgrading to like a DSLR camera, but I'm not going to do that yet. Since this camera does the job, it's a pretty good. I wish I could do screen share on here. This is kind of why you have to do StreamYard for that, so to speak. Anyway, so like today, I really haven't been enjoying food immensely lately. Like, I like food, but I haven't been excited about food. And I'm like, I don't know. I've been eating, but I'm just like, everything is just. I go through phases like this. I made like an avocado sandwich, and it was good, but I'm just like, I'm not vibing eating right now. Like, I'm still eating, but I'm just like, blah. Like, I'll eat, but it's not as exciting. Like, I thought about cooking something, but I'm like, why? Honestly, when I have my free time, I just would rather work on my content or like drawing or something. If I could be satiated right now without having to eat, that's kind of how I feel. Like, because I always was like, oh, I want to make food, I want to try this, but I'm just like, I never thought I'd say this because in the past sometimes I'd be a big foodie and I'd be cooking, and I created like this little sandwich. It's like a vegan version of the Jensen sandwich, and it tastes good, but I'm just like so bored with it. I'm just so bored with eating. I'm like, can you just satiate me so I don't have to eat so I can get on to doing more interesting things? And it's kind of like, okay, I feel like you need to look for nourishment beyond food. I do think. And I find like sometimes like I find when I get really excited about hair, this is why I love hair care. And sometimes I share food because people are so fucking opinionated about food, okay? They think that you have to eat meat to have great hair. And I'm like, no, you don't. Like, I think you can have, I think, I know because look how long my hair is, and I'm healthy eating a plant-based diet. So it's a lie. Like, I get so sick of that perpetuated lie over and over and over again. And it's not like standard American diet's healthy. I mean, really, people are not really super eating healthy. Like, and you'll have people that I don't know, they're not eating like super healthy, but they worry about deficiencies in people who don't eat meat. I know that's like a controversial topic, but like sometimes people ask me, like somebody asked me on Instagram, like, what do I eat? I think my long hair is a big part genetics, but I know that eating healthy is a part of it too. So I still enjoy food. I just lately haven't been as excited to do foodie things. Like, I want to do other things. Like, I need to start my epoxy project. And that's kind of the direction I'm going. And I think you can be multifaceted. And this whole niche thing, I'll never be a niche. You can't get me into niche land. I feel like, why would anybody want to be a niche when they could be many things? They could be multifaceted. It's just like, hola, ¿cómo está? Um, yeah, so yeah. I want to be a diversity of things. I don't want to just be one boring genre. I don't want to encapsulate myself or curate myself or edit myself down. Even when I make an edited video, I don't want to do that. I feel kind of feisty, okay? So, yeah, I've been looking at various things on the news lately, and people are so invested in this election. It's not that great. The outcome is what it is. I don't even want to spend all my time on that. I've just been like more excited about like what can I do to improve my hair care. That is the thing I've been most excited about. And starting a new craft and drawing when like, this is after work. I come home and I'm thinking these things after I did laundry and everything, and I'm just like, get tired sometimes. But like if there were three of me and I had unlimited amounts of time, I just think about all the things I'd like to do. But this little camera, I think there's an upgrade to it actually. Think there's the 540. It's a good little camera. Like I like it. It's not a DSLR camera. It's a this is like a mid-range. It's like a mid. It's kind of neat how you can see the reflection in the lens from here to here. That's awesome. That is really cool. Artistic. So anyway, it's a nice mid-range camera. I mean, if you're thinking about buying a Canon, I like it. I would love a DSLR eventually, but I'm not gonna spend money on a DSLR just to go get that. So some people are like, what? I guess they wonder what I do the live streams with. I used to do them with my phone. I used to do the live stream just with my phone, but then I transitioned over to doing it with my laptop. And I say live streams are kind of fun, you know, but you have to decide how you want to go about doing all that stuff, I guess. So, gosh, I'm getting tired. I just wanted to share like this camera that I use, and I've been trying to kind of hold off doing lots of live streams. Like somebody asked me, like I don't know, when I was doing next live stream, like they think I plan these like time wise, and I guess there's people that do that, but with my work schedule and being like a frontline type, well, I don't work in a grocery store, but I work with the public, and yes, when you do that and then you come home, you're kind of tired sometimes. So I don't know, like I actually do work and I do this as my like second. I kind of create. Look, I it may be a hobby, but I do take it seriously, and I have a passion for what I'm doing, and I just love sharing long hair as I've been going along. Because I find like there's this thing that creeps up again, like how women think long hair. I don't know. Some women just don't like long hair. Like a lot of women do, a lot of men do, but you still. I mean, yes, I know some people are like, well, why do you care what other people think? But I think if you're the kind of person that worries about social pressure, and a lot of people do, like a lot of people are very like susceptible to social pressure. It's just a reality for some people. It's not a bad thing. I know some people think, "Oh my gosh, like it's weak." I don't think it is. It just means that you have a different like mindset, and also too it's good to not worry too much about what other people think, but then you might be in trouble, so you kind of have to balance it. That's why I sometimes like, yes, people do worry about what other people think to some extent. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to drive down the center of the road today, you know? You have to have balance in all these things. So, yeah, I can see why some women struggle when like other women just judge them for having long hair. I kind of hope these types of attitudes are on the way out. And yeah, I just felt like coming on here and saying hi and talking and saying, yes, Canon, it's a good little camera. And I am going to make an edited video about hair once again with also another theme in there. It might be interesting. We'll see how people like it. Because I feel like doing something creative and different for me. It'll be creative for me. I can't say it's going to be like what everybody else does on the YouTubes, but I'm not really here doing what other people do on the YouTubes, am I? Oh, in other news, I do have a funny story for you on my other channel. And I'm going to make another video on that too. It's just a simple video, really. I love to get street scenes. I love to film Christmas lights. And in California, they decorate palm trees with Christmas lights. So about 2 years ago to the date, because today is the 17th. Is it the 18th already? No, it's still the 17th. I had to double check this. It's probably the 18th where you're at, but I'm in California Pacific time. So right now it's still the 17th. So 2 years ago, I had to look back, and YouTube just let me know this last night. It said, hey, by the way, one of your videos on your other channel has been marked only restricted to an 18 plus audience. And I was trying to think, I didn't make anything that was like graphic. I didn't make any graphic videos. And I went to look, it's a video of palm trees decorated with Christmas lights. But apparently, YouTube thought that a video where I'm walking down a city street in California filming the Christmas lights was so risque. I mean, I know it's an automated system that makes these decisions, but I have to say there's a lot of humor in that. Like, really, your automated system is not all that in a bag of chips. It really isn't. In fact, like, I was just listening to somebody say, like, automated systems can really be off. Like, I guess in China, somebody was mentioning that a woman was scolded for jaywalking, and it turned out she wasn't really jaywalking. She was the advertisement on a bus crossing the street. It just goes to show you that not everything being automated is always the best, you know? Like, you can't stop the automation progress, dynamic, but sometimes automation can be funny. It can be a little absurd, and yeah, I do find it really fun and silly and exciting that a palm tree video was deemed something it wasn't. I'm like, really? Your automated system's hilarious. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and say hi and just share how, yes, I do use a Canon SX 530HS camera. Like, this is the camera I've used. It's like a mid-range camera. It's pretty good. I also have used just videos from my cell phone. I used to have an iPhone 6, but it went capoodle. And then right now I have a Moto G7. And a lot of people are always like, oh, I hate cell phone payment. Like, you know what I've done? Like, I just get the prepaid Walmart Family mobile phone. I really like that. It's off the T-Mobile network. It's not perfect. It's not the most high-end phone, but it works for me. And, like, it captures pretty good video. And I don't know, like, Androids, actually, sometimes there's certain things, like, about the features on Android that are just better than Apple. Although, one thing I have to say about the Apple, I do think that the video on the Apple was better. It had a higher resolution. It just looked more aesthetically pleasing if you were going to film on your cell phone. Now, the laptop, of course, webcam, it's even less, Anyway, I just came on here to say hi. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.